update on my loofah squashes. These two buckets that I planted have 2 squash plants in them each, and they're both doing really, really well. You got tendrils grabbing onto things. Gotta teach them where to go. So I just watered those. I'm gonna give them some 10-10-10 nutrition tomorrow, as well as these. I'll give them some. Well, this one I will. That one's super wet. So I got this new fan from the Christmas tree shop. It was like 25 bucks. So now all the plants back here will have some good air circulation. These are some cabbage seedlings that finally sprouted, and I think it's the cabbage du bois. I forget what it's called. And this one is the one fennel that sprouted. I think I'll try some more. These are the leeks, and these are doing okay, I guess. And I see some new sprouts, and these are the Spanish yellow onions. This is the 3rd try. 137. This was the last time I tried, last week, I guess. And these ones are sprouting, so that's good. There's some little sprouts there everywhere. Some little baby lettuces, not really doing that great. I've had an infestation with those gnats, so I just put up these this foil and fly papers, and they're already catching flies, so that's good. I have one fan up here for these plants, and then in this bucket here I have some basil, and the basil roots I can see through the bucket. They're all the way at the bottom already. So this is a cutting from a bush that I really, really love. It starts with a C. Can't remember the name of it. Blooms in the winter. Anyway, they're planted as part of the landscaping around the apartment's office, and I just really love them because they bloom in the winter, and they're like these beautiful red with like yellow, hairy yellow in the center of the bloom, and they're kind of hibiscus like. So I thought I would take a clipping of this and try to propagate it. I stuck it in some root starter, and then in this. This is my little tree that I bought from Logie's. It's the curry plant, the curry leaves tree. It's not like a super big tree, but it'll be fine. I'm gonna try to keep it alive in the apartment in a bigger plant pot. I up-potted it from this to this, so the next step will be something a little bigger. Some more lettuces that I just started. 2 different new types of lettuce that I just purchased. And in these 3 6 cells, I can't remember what I started, but there's a little seedling there. It doesn't look very good, but we'll see if, oh, there's another seedling there too. So I can't remember what it is. I told myself I'd remember, and I don't. So this whole row here has celery. This whole row is kale. I planted more seeds. This whole row is purple coneflower, and so are these two. That one's dill. This row is spinach, some more kale. That's the only Swiss chard that lived, and these are the rest of the kales that lived. And that one is lemongrass, and everything else is kale. So I just put some more kale seeds in there, so just in case I lose those too. Anyways, so these are more Swiss chard that I have going, and I'll pot those soon. And I just planted this whole thing full of alyssum, and it just says to surface sow and keep the seeds damp, and they need light to germinate. So here they are, and I used like 2 entire packets. I sewed it super thick, as you can see, all those little brown seeds, super thick. So I have to redo this. The artichokes and kohlrabi. The kohlrabi sprouted, but I think I killed them with too much water and the flies. And then this one is shallots. I put shallots in here because the chives never worked. I had 2 packs of chives, and I used them both, and they never sprouted. So just got to get some new seeds. Planted a bunch of pepper seeds today, and I have them on these heat mats. And these are all my new seeds. And I have one more packet of new seeds that just didn't fit in here, but each row has 2 in each pot, at least 2 in each pot. And I got more. I still have more to, like my peppers that I grew last year that I really liked, which are these ones here that are all dried up. Seeds are in here. I'm going to plant some of these again. Forget what they're called already, but I'm going to plant some of those again. And here we go. Now everybody has just been freshly watered, and now everybody has sufficient wind to keep the bugs off of them, except for these little guys. These little guys in here, I gotta do something for these 2 guys, because the gnats are in here too. But I'm going to turn off the lights here in just a little bit. They've been on all day, and this one will be on all night. But that's what I have going on in the back room. And then up here in the living room, I have some others that I started today. These ones are my zinnias, the dwarf zinnias that I purchased, and so far only this first one has started to sprout. Some little sprouts in there. I just started these today, and some marigolds also. And the whole thing is full of marigolds. And this one is full of dwarf sunflowers.
Outlook has changed.
And these are all dwarf zinnias. That'll be like, at least some of them will be about 2 feet and less. So that's what I have going on. And then I have some seeds here from the red noodle beans that I need to take care of. And then I just need to trash all this stuff because I'm not going to use it. just wanted to show the progress on the loofahs. They're doing really, really well. I'm keeping them watered, and I've given them some nutrients, and they're doing just really good. There's lots of new growth, and I'm just training them around the trellis so that they don't go straight up and like just get way too tall, because they're not ready to plant out yet. It's only March 21st, and anyway, they're both doing really well, very healthy. Very healthy. They do have gnats in the soil, but apparently even the flypaper doesn't catch them all. Look, it catches a lot of them. They're full. Even the ones up top, full. I mean, not completely full, but you know what I mean. They're catching a lot of them. The ones down here too, full of gnats. These are my peppers. Nobody's germinated yet. They are on the heat mat, and there's water underneath, and I can feel it's warm. The kohlrabi have sprouted, but they die. They're shriveling up. I just, sometimes I think that I thought that I was drowning them, so I let it dry out, and I keep missing them, and so like they look like they're hanging on, but then like this one is shriveling up. This one, I'm not really sure what they're doing, to be honest. Probably need to try it again. And the artichokes have not sprouted yet. These are the shallots. These are shallots. And my zinnias, only these ones sprouted. There were like 2 or 3 of them. They're dying. Nobody else has sprouted yet. I'm kind of upset because I spent a lot of money on those seeds. And look, the fennel have sprouted. So at first I thought this one was a fennel, but it's not. It's the same as all these little cabbages. But I've got 4 fennels and a 5th one that looks like it's drying up. All my lettuces are dying. I think it's because of the gnat problem, because they're everywhere. See? Like, they just don't even care about me. They don't go away. And I can't remember what I planted in these 6 cells, but they're sprouting, so I guess we'll figure it out. The kale all died, and so is that Swiss chard, but except for 2 kales so far. That one, 3, and this one. But anyway, I've planted more seeds, so everywhere that the kale was, there are new kale seeds. And these are the celery seeds. I don't know how viable they are. I ordered more just in case these don't germinate. I really want to grow some celery this year for Mama in the big garden. And these are the purple coneflowers. Hopefully those germinate. All of these seeds were from you, Sissy. So we'll see if they germinate. Anyway, I'm just keeping the tops moist because that's where the seeds are. Anyway, also up here, new development, I have some roots growing. Look at that. On my little cuts, my cuttings that I took. They're very yellow, so I need to take them out and put them in these pots. I got 4 pots, 4 plants, so I'll put them in these pots. And this is still hanging on, so I'm hopeful that this roots. I forget the name of the bush, but I know it starts with a C. I'll have to look it up. I did a search on my phone. I have some more lettuces that I planted in this from some new seeds that I bought. I bought 2 packs, and I just sprinkled them both in here. And only one of them have germinated, so even the new seeds that I bought are not viable. That's really messed up, man. Baker Creek, not cool. Not cool. And I got a couple sunflowers. These are the dwarf teddy bear sunflowers. A couple of them have sprouted. And these are the other Swiss chards that I have. And look, my alyssum. Look at all those little sprouts. We're going to have lots of alyssum this year. Anyway, that's what's going on over here. And I have some in the living room. I have also some not the sunflowers, but they're also like that fuzzy, they remind me of these sunflowers, but there are marigolds. Those fuzzy marigolds, I think they get like somewhere about 3 feet tall, 2 to 3 feet tall. Anyway, I started some of those too, and they're starting to germinate. So, but they're on the heat mat in the living room, and I'll move them out of there in a little while. But everybody's doing really well. I mean, mostly well. These seeds, I'm having a hard time getting things to stay alive this year. And it's really bumming me out, because that means the garden will be delayed. Oh, and my potatoes. Potatoes are so green. And they have lots of, I don't know if you can see this. Can you see? Lots of sprouts, lots of eyes. So we're gonna, hopefully we'll have some good potatoes this year. I mean, really all I want is some new potatoes, so they don't even have to get really big. But I hope we get a lot. And these bad boys, that one is still clawing. See how the leaves are curled? This one is not, though. And I think the difference between these two is that they're, that one I think I have overwatered, because, I mean, it's been over a week that I haven't watered it, and it's still really moist. This one probably could go a couple more days before I water it again. But I'm going to plant these in the garden at Mom's house. I mean, I'm thinking that one for sure. That one is the wedding cake, the one over there. And this one is the strawberry cheesecake. I might just plant that one at Mom's house and keep this one here and let it switch the light cycle so that it'll start blooming. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It just really depends on, I really want to get them both out of here, to be honest. So I'll probably just take them both to Mom's house and plant them next month after the last frost. Probably, because, I'm tired of paying a super high electric bill. My electric bill's like over $200 every month for the past like 4 or 5 months. So it's time to bring the bills down. This little thingy has some new leaf growth. Look at all those beautiful, shiny, new, perfect baby leaves. So I think it's going to be okay. But even on these, there's a lot of yellowing going on. You know what I need to do? I need to get that app. It tells me what's wrong with the plants and like what I need to do to fix it. That's what I need to do. Cause I don't know what to do for this plant. I gave it, like, look at how airy this soil is. It's so light. And it's moist because I have watered it like within the last week. So down below it's moist. It's not for a lack of having water. And when I replanted it, I gave it, there's nutrients and stuff in the soil. I gave it some worm compost, and I think I probably put some blood meal in there and maybe some biotone. But maybe that's not the kind of fertilizer this plant needs. I really am kind of at a loss right now for this one. I just really don't know what to do other than maybe just download that app and see what's wrong with it. Maybe I'll play around with that today if I get bored. Anyway, that's the update on the plants. Yesterday, I went outside and watered with the hose. Look at the sun. Ooh, I need to go out there. It's so cold though. It's like 28. I watered everything out there, all the pots, and that over there, the green thing sticking up out of this planter is garlic. That's some little garlic cloves. It's not going to be like anything substantial because they were tiny cloves that I planted. But I mean, it was just for kicks and giggles, just to see if I could grow it. And anyway, the green stalk is doing well. The creeping Jenny is starting to come back everywhere, like in my 2 baskets over there. And in the front, I have a pot, and in that blue one right there, you can't really tell because it looks brown, but there's some green creeping Jenny in there coming back. And there's a few all around in the green stalk. Anyway, when I put the green stalk back together, I mixed up the levels. See, there's a big one there, and the other 2 big ones are at the bottom. Last year I had all 3 of these big ones at the bottom, but I just mixed them up. I didn't have a plan. But everybody out here is doing fine. I even have, I don't know if you can see, but there's a tiny little red sprout there, and there's one over here on the other side of this heat pump. And those are they lived through the winter. Those are, what are they called? It was a bulb that you're supposed to dig up. But they didn't grow when I planted them last year. They barely got any taller than that sprout right there. And anyway, so maybe this year they'll do better on the second year around. But we'll see. And I have my little rosemary right there. And I cleaned out the bird bath, but look, it's frozen. Because it got down below 32. It was like 28, 27, 28 this morning when I left to go to Toyota. I just got home, actually, from Toyota. And I got a bunch of mums in my pot over here that are growing, in those pansies that just reseeded. But all the tulips that I had planted in there, they didn't make it through the winter because I didn't dig them up. But I watered the baskets, even though they need to be replanted. I watered the baskets because last year the pretty little what are they called? I'm losing my words now. I forget the name of those. Oh, the portulacas. They were in both of those baskets there that look empty. Anyway, they reseeded from themselves. So I'm thinking it'll grow back. Once it starts getting warmer, they'll start sprouting, I think. So I'm kind of like, I have to be careful when I replace the basket liners so that I don't, like mess up the soil, because that's where all the seeds are all like at the top. Anyway, so that's what's going on here on the patio.